Good afternoon, traders. This stock market update is for September the 24th, 2010. Thank God it's Friday. Dow Jones finished up 197 points, S&P 500 finished up 23 points, and the Nasdaq finished up 54 points, snapping a 3-day losing streak. The Euro US dollar finished up 1%. Nasdaq outperformed the other two indexes today, but the S&P outperformed the Dow Jones. That's good because on our way down, the Dow Jones outperformed the S&P the previous 2 days. Today's headlines in the news that moved the market. The market moved higher today on better than expected durable orders report and a generally in line new home sales report. KB Homes actually reported today as well, as I explained to you guys, and all the home builders were up huge, and the home builder index was actually up over 3% today. That's a pretty drastic move. Stocks rally after 3 straight losing sessions. I already highlighted that. Precious metals continue to climb to an all-time high. Gold and silver both at all-time highs today. Silver hadn't been this high since the 1980s in 30 years. So that's a huge highlight right there. AMD says decrease in Q3 revenue due to weaker than expected demand. That's not good, being that this whole down move that we had in the Dow Jones was related to this chip having slow and weaker demand, just like we're highlighting here. They got a downgrade today. That's terrible. Motorola announced a special shareholder meeting to approve reverse stock split. I think that's going to be good for the stock. That's just my bias. Bring some more volume, some more investors, get a bigger range going on in it. Bad news for the school stocks. I read something about the employment. I'm not sure. I just highlighted the symbols so you guys could take a look at them this weekend, and you guys could read into it if this is what you trade, but they all had major declines after 11:30 a.m. Some notable upgrades and downgrades that I wanted to note today. Accenture got a upgrade from 47 to 49. Bunge, symbol BG, got a upgrade from 58 to 69. That's pretty big, guys. That's an 11-point upgrade. You might want to put that on your radar. Medco Health Solutions, MHS, got a downgrade from 78 to 65, but Deutsche Bank came out and said valuation highly attractive at current levels. Stocks trading at, I believe, 51 today, and they say 14 more points to the upside. You may want to put that on your watch list as well. Nike had 2 upgrades today, one of them being from Barclays from 85 to 90. After they report earnings and blew away earnings yesterday after the close, we got 2 upgrades. Nike's another one you want to watch. It retraced 50% of its move in the afternoon session, but then it got a little rally towards the close. Aon Corp got an upgrade from UBS, 48 to 52. Freeport McMoran, symbol FCX, got an upgrade, 84 to 97. Now, in Wednesday's video, I highlighted that Goldman Sachs upgraded FCX, and now you see Freeport being upgraded by UBS. So 2 upgrades in the last week. That's another stock that needs to be on your watch list. I know it's on mine. And also remember, Goldman Sachs downgraded the steels earlier in the week. Amazon.com target raised to 198 from 154 at JP Morgan. JP Morgan believes Amazon.com gaining market share within e-commerce. That's a huge update right there. Amlin Pharmaceuticals, symbol AMLN, got an upgrade to 27 from Deutsche Bank. Norfolk Southern, symbol NSC, and CSX got downgraded. The analyst believes rail fundamentals will be pressured, driven by weaker Eastern coal fundamentals. That's definitely something to take note of. During this next week, the rails could be going down. Caterpillar price target raised from 95 from 85 at Credit Suisse. That's something else you should watch. You should also watch John Deere, which the chart also looks amazing. JP Morgan upgrades Goldman Sachs to 183. That's it for the upgrades today. Now looking at the one-day performance sectors, industrial goods finished first, second conglomerates, third financials. I wish financials would have finished second, but I'll take third place, being that it was the biggest laggard this week. Services, technology, and then basic materials. Utilities finished last. That's usually how it is when the market rallies. Looking at the 1 week performance right now, technology sector led us up this week. Services finished second. Basic materials finished third. I had basic materials finish in the top three. I said that last Monday that this would happen. The chart just looked really clean, and some of the fundamentals showed it improving. Healthcare finished fourth, followed by industrial goods. Financials, like I said, were the worst this week. Looking at the Dow Jones daily chart right here, we snapped back up, got to close at 10,860, which is above the August high. So our next level that we're gunning for is the May high, which is 10,920. Today we snapped a 4-month high streak, higher than the last 4 months. That's pretty good. Still have an ascending 10-day moving average, and we're above all the other moving averages, including the 200, and we held above our downtrend. Definitely still bullish on the Dow Jones. Looking at the S&P 500 here today, we got to close at 1148.67, and something else to note, we also closed above the August high on the S&P. If we could hold above the August high, our next move will be the May high, which is at 1173.57. That looks very realistic. Looking at the NASDAQ now, we also held above our August high at 2307. We got to close at 2381.22 today. And our next level would be the May high as well, which is at 2,434.29. Remember, you see this little decline that we had right here. That was because the chip makers and stuff, you could have drew a clean trend line. Right when we snapped out of that trend line, and you see this white line right here, that's the 10-day moving average. Right when it turned white, that's when a lot of people I know started buying. And then you had the stocks start participating, the semiconductor index, and then we just had a large move up, and the move's still going. Technology is leading us out of this since it let us down. I'm not sure how much farther it could go. I know we still have some more upside. I believe the May highs will be tested. The US dollar got to close at 79.48 today, down 1%. That's a pretty big move. We held below August low, which is terrible. And I see selling continuing if we hold below the August low. Now, if we, come and get back above it sometime this week, we could possibly get a move back up to the 50-day and the 200-day moving average. But right now, we're definitely bearish on the US dollar index. Long term, most likely, we're going to see these December lows at 74.21 get tested. That's where you see this white line is right here. And we had greater than average volume. Crude snapped a losing streak. It was about to, if we would have had a bad day today, we'd have been testing this downtrend that we have intact dating back from the May lows, connecting through the August lows. But we actually had a huge up day. We finished up 1.75% on crude oil today. My long-term target that I told everyone about in my videos on Wednesday was 79.50. That's if we hold 75.13. We actually did hold 75.13 today, so I'm bullish on crude for the moment. Gold futures we're looking at right here, and we snapped an all-time high. A lot of it's because currency devaluation, which I highlighted in a previous video I did on all the metals. And what you see right here is you had some consolidation buying ever since we put in that high late June, and the gold futures, that was just consolidation buying in here. You see this huge volume right when we got to this 1155 level. They bought it right above the 200. You knew that it was serious buyers then. We had this huge rally, and right when we tested this 1266 level, that's when it became a momentum play and people started anticipating in it. Now, I still believe gold is undervalued, and I still believe it has more room to go. When the Chinese markets open on Monday. I believe that 1309 is very realistic. And during the intraday time frame, we had a lot of selling. Some volume came in at this 1300 psychological level, and I'm going to tell you why. Because all the momentum players that got in for a Momo trade, we call it, at this 1266.50 level, had their sell orders out at 1300, which caused a little bit of ruckus around midday. The VIX finished down 5.5% today, 1 point. That's a pretty big move, but that's a given when you see the market up 197 points. Russell came down. Remember, they sold to the 50 and the 21-day moving average, but we snapped that losing streak and finished up 2.75% today, 20 points. Big move in the Russell. Our next move will be for us to get over the 200-day moving average in the August high, which is around the 788 level to 200, and then the August high is 796. If the financials start participating, I can assure you that we will test May's high on all three indexes. And last but not least, the SOX, the Semiconductor Index. Right now, we got to close above the 100-day moving average, which is at 344. Our next target is at 350.58, which is not only the downtrend, but it's the 200-day moving average. To be bullish, we really need to get a move above this, and that will boost the technology sector along with the NASDAQ. We still have this uptrend intact, along with the 21-day and the 10-day moving average turning up. Short term, SOX is bullish. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I'm going to put out another 2 videos this weekend. Make sure you subscribe and rate them. You guys have a wonderful weekend.